Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in for game one of the Atlantic League Championship Series between Ryan Pindulic and Harry Wu. Harry defeated me to get to the championship series. Ryan dispatched James Hawks to the third place series. James defeated me in the third place series, so now only the championship series remains. I'll have all the championship series games right here on my channel, so please do tune in for those. No guarantees about the quality of these games. They could be very close. They could be steamrolls, but they're championship series games, so I'm going to give you all of them from start to finish. We've got game one, so let's get into it. So we're going to be watching from Ryan's side. He's the USSR. And this is certainly what I would call a tricky hand. I'm not sure it's necessarily a bad hand for Ryan, but it's a tricky one. He's got defectors in his hand, so he could headline D-Stall if he wanted. Suez also a possible headline, but that would leave him with very few ops. D-Stall and 5-year plan in his hand makes things tricky because you want to get that D-Stall off. You don't want to space 5-year plan, so we might have to play China. Or with defectors in his hand, Ryan could headline D-Stall and things could get high DEFCON weird very quickly. So we'll see what he opts to do. The issue with headlining D-Stall here is you don't have very many ops to back it up. So you could wind up in a situation with high access and low ops, which can be very challenging. AI War, another possible headline. Yes, Alex, that's probably what I would go. Actually, no, I might headline I might headline Romanian here. No, I wouldn't headline Romanian. You can't headline Romanian with independent reds in your hand unless you want to also D-Stall before you play independent reds, and that even just speeds up the clock on your D-Stall. That's not what you want to do. So with IR in hand, I think, yeah, maybe AI War is the play. And then you want to get DEFCON down if you can, but this is not a bad hand, but it's quite a tricky one, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Ryan handles it. Ryan's a great player, former OTSL champion, and a guy who has played in the Champions League before as well. We'll be heading back to it this year. So looking forward to see how he handles it. Harry is taking plenty of time here. He's already taken almost 3 minutes just for his opening setup. Giving Ryan some extra time to think about how he wants to handle this. Ryan probably hoping to see an empty France, make D-Stall a little bit more threatening. But if Harry fills France, a Suez headline can be very threatening. Of course, then if he headlines Suez and he wants to clean Harry out of the Middle East, he's going to have to coup Iran with Indy Reds. And only a coin flip to get him out of Iran, so that's tricky. Harry now over 4 minutes on his opening setup. Now over 5 minutes here. I'm not sure what Harry's thinking about. Harry, I believe, typically likes to use the 3-3-2 setup. Okay. Okay. Harry's not thinking about it. He was just away from his computer. Harry perhaps having some technical issues. But we move on. Okay, and Harry, after all that, goes with his preferred setup, 3-3-2-2. So I wonder if we'll see a Suez headline from Ryan, which would leave him rather bereft of ops. But with 3-3-2, it makes the most sense. Yeah, but there it is. And Middle East scoring the headline for Harry. So he'll pick up a quick 4 VPs. Now we'll see what Ryan wants to do. Yeah, he's going to go for the coup, and he will miss. So that's a big miss there. Rolls a 3. So if he had used a 3-op, would have cleared him out. But now Harry certainly will fill up Iran. He'll go... I suspect he'll go 1 Iraq, even with Middle East scored. Yeah, okay, going to fill up West Germany too. That makes sense. And Ryan now thinking about a very quick destall. Okay, so looking at France, South America, Thailand. So Harry could coup Thailand here, but then he loses France, presumably. He does not know that Ryan doesn't have a playable 3. Now, Ryan, of course, could play 5-year plan early. None of these cards are particularly harmful to discard. I think Chile has to be 1. I think France makes sense as well. I think I might go directly into Thailand here. If I were Ryan. Because I don't know. I don't know. This is very tricky. Because you go directly into Thailand here. Harry, unlikely to coup Thailand, and more likely he would protect France. One France, one Chile for sure. Okay, and that is what he's going to do. Yeah, I think this is the best play. Okay, so this will challenge Harry in multiple spots. Harry could coup Thailand, but he loses France if he does that. I think Ryan probably hoping to just get one of France and Thailand, and then trade coups in Venezuela would be my guess. Is what Ryan's hoping to get done. And Ryan's going to need Thailand, given that he missed on the opening coup. Ryan almost certainly going to have to play the China card this turn. Not sure I see a way around it. Yeah, I mean, and you're right about that, Alex. He could use 5-year plan. You don't really need to pray for much of anything. None of these cards are a problem to lose with 5-year plan. I think you probably would want to lose Romanian or maybe blockade with the idea that maybe you play China, hold defectors. Okay, you're going to use 4 ops, going to take France, and going to go 1 Pakistan. Interesting. All right. Now, Ryan probably is going to take Thailand for sure. And if I were Ryan, I don't know. I might go into... I might put another one in Thailand, or you could go Malaysia or Laos because you need adjacency there. Yeah, I think that's a good play from Harry. And I think this would be my play if I'm Ryan. I don't think you can just leave it there at 2. I don't think you can just leave it there too. I think you have to get adjacency. So if you get cooed out with you can still use China to take it back. I think this is the right play. I like this. The other acceptable play would have been potentially to use 5-year plan and go Thailand, Laos, and then go into Brazil. We'll see what Harry does here. Harry may want to try the coup in South America. He may want to just coup Thailand. We'll see what kind of a card he has for this. He's already used NTB in NATO. Okay, just a 2-op coup. Going to go Lao. All right, I think that's an easy coup back for Ryan would be my guess. Or I guess he coups back. He also could have simply couped Panama, but then he gives up the last coup in Venezuela. But rolling a 1 or a 2 there would have been a disaster. So Ryan gets the big roll, and Laos is an important country here. You need access to Western Asia that way. So very interesting start here. If you're just tuning in, Harry headlined Middle East. Ryan tried the coup on Iran, missed on the roll. Harry responded with a 4-up, and then Ryan decided to destall immediately into France, Venezuela, Chile, and Thailand. So now we'll see if Harry wants to try a coup in Venezuela, if he wants to try a coup in Thailand. Yep, there comes the coup. Where is it going to be? It's going to go Thailand, and it will miss, but that forces Ryan to refill it. I think, yes, this is the play. Yep, have to go to Brazil. Yep, and play an early 5-year plan. I mean, this shows Harry that his hand is terrible, but you're showing that on AR5. Okay, hits defectors, which is, I'm sure, not what Ryan wanted. He would rather just lose the 1-op than 2. No, I like this better. I think you need to spread into Brazil because you're definitely eating a coup on Venezuela this AR. This way you're not completely knocked out of the top half of South America. I like this better. Oh, just going to go influence. Oh, got to stop. He's going to stop Asia Dom. Okay, well, now I think you take a coup on... I think you take a coup on Panama to protect South America, don't you? And you hope, with the coin flip odds, you knock him out, which protects South America. Now, the question also becomes, does Harry have Asia scoring? That play was a play of someone who has Asia scoring. No, I don't love that. Poke of Thailand is not that big a deal right now. So I think it's fine to leave Thailand at 2. He's thinking about Burma here, which doesn't take... I mean, he can't take Asia down with 1-op unless he takes Vietnam. So you better be real sure that Harry has Asia if you're going to do that. I like a coup of Panama here. You got a 50-50 chance to knock him out. Now, if you miss, then Harry's probably going Colombia, which may be an issue for us. But I like getting DEFCON down. Ryan, thinking about Vietnam. Yeah, this is tricky. I would not go Burma. I don't think we need Burma. Okay. And Ryan goes with an overprotective Thailand, and he does have it. Wow. Okay, so Harry was playing like somebody who had Asia, and he did indeed have it. Okay, here we go, turn 2. And Ryan, at this point, probably feeling glad that he did not coup, because he's got CIA in his hand that he's got to get rid of. But he's also got SOC Govs. No defectors, remember. So a SOC Govs headline here, stealing Italy, is nice. You don't want to run it. Oh, okay. Well, Marshall's good for Harry, but Ryan can still take Italy here. Yeah, and that's the problem. You leave Italy at 2, and even with Marshall, Harry's going to lose it now. Okay, yep, this is de Gaulle taking Italy, no problem. Europe unscored. Very interesting first turn of the game, and it's continued here into turn 2. Glad you've tuned in. This is a... Oh, I don't like SocGov's duck, Alex, because DEF CON is at 4, and if you use SocGov's duck, you're going to get a big coup in Venezuela, and then not only that, but you're going to have to hold CIA. I don't like that. I think you want to hope that Harry doesn't coup here, and then give up CIA. Harry doesn't really have to worry about being dominated in Europe. Middle East and Asia are scored, so he's free to progress in the mid-war regions. Now, Ryan does have IP war in his hands, so that will certainly be triggered if Pakistan continues to look like that and Harry doesn't spread into India. I think even if he does spread in India, we might see it triggered. Ryan with not good ops here, and he needs to take South Korea. Harry so far has drawn 3-4 ops to Ryan's none. Ryan's been saddled with low ops, but he did get decent. Okay, quick coup in Brazil. He hits, and now Ryan has a tough decision to make. Is he going to coup back and hold CIA, or is he just going to give CIA? Yeah, I think you have to coup and hope you can get a 3. It was a 1 or a 2 here is a disaster. But if you give CIA and Harry rolls a 1, 2, or 3, you do keep Venezuela. You also need... Now, you can event IP war for the mill ops. You don't want to event Korean war. You're going to need the ops to actually take South Korea. Yeah, I like this. I think you got to hold CIA, which is really uncomfortable. Oh, and that's a terrible roll. Oh, and now Harry in position to take both Brazil and Venezuela with a 4-op if he's got one. That's a bad, bad miss for Ryan. And sure enough, he does have it there. Yeah, there's Venezuela and Brazil. Now Ryan in a tough spot. He's going to have to hold CIA. EEU is just a 1-op card. And I might think about spacing here. Is there... I guess Algeria has to be taken. You can space here. Yeah, that was my initial thought, and Ryan misses. Now you're gonna lose Algeria too. Ryan, yeah. Ryan is low on ops. Okay, Harry dumps Europe, which is very surprising. Somebody take Algeria. I guess Ryan can't take Algeria. Oh, but he does. Okay, he wins the war. So a little back and forth there. Ryan wins IP war, a huge moment in this game. That should lock up Asia Dom for Ryan. But yeah, but I guess he just doesn't have the ops to take Algeria unless he uses China. Because you can't use Korean War for it. Harry will just fill up South Korea. You don't want to give China here. Even with 5-year plan and duck scene, you don't want to give China with CIA in your hand and about to be known. You do, yeah, this if we're going Korean War, this has to... Oh, wow, okay. So going to leave South Korea and with the war in the discard pile, something I never like to do, but Ryan probably felt like he needed to get a foothold in Africa. Okay, there goes Nasser, gives presence in the Middle East. And Harry with other priorities. Does not fill South Korea. So we'll see. This is just a 1-op card here. Boy, Argentina needs to be... You got to get one in Argentina. In fact, I don't know. I might put 2 in Argentina. You could leave Poland at 2. No, I guess you can't do that with Truman around. But yeah, you need to block off Argentina. 1 Libya. Libya can wait. You got to get 1 in Argentina. This should be 1 here and then 1 Argentina. And then you give CIA next turn. You allow the coup, and then you use your 1 op to fill Argentina. Oh, I see. Okay, thinking you got to overprotect Italy. Okay, yeah. That's an issue too. Yeah, Ryan it's in trouble. Yeah, I don't blame him for this. Truman is in the discard. Okay, and there goes Vietnam. And what's Harry going to do? This certainly got to go Uruguay. Yeah, Uruguay, Cameroon makes perfect sense. And now Ryan hoping to get UN. He does. So he doesn't have to give up Fidel. He gets CNS, which is important. And okay, some redraws that are not great. But when we do see defectors. So Ryan could theoretically, I wonder if Ryan, now obviously 5-year plan redraw hitting duck would be GG. But I wonder if Ryan maybe gives up CIA in the headline, and then AR1 takes Argentina. And then you can UN US Japan space duck. CIA doesn't hurt that much in the headline. Oh, yes. Sorry. I'm saying it is GG. Sorry. I'm advocating for a headline of CIA. I don't think it's going to do that much harm in the headline. And then AR1, you take Argentina and do whatever you need to do. But obviously, if you do that, then a 5-year plan hitting duck is GG. Obviously, a 5-year plan hits duck and you don't headline CIA, you can UN CIA, or obviously, you could hold it, but of course you'd UN it. But yeah, another tricky hand for Ryan. And yeah, CIA headline's just not that bad. And then you free up, you can UN DUC or UN US Japan. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. I agree. It's a redraw. Yep. And there's, containment is annoying. That's an annoying redraw because now you get 2 ops out of this. So you could see a coup, or I guess you might just see Harry take Argentina. But then you're giving up a coup in Africa. You don't want to do that. Harry with an interesting decision. Yeah, a coup of Egypt, very reasonable here. Yeah, I think 2 Argentina is very reasonable. A coup of Egypt is very reasonable. Yeah, this is a very interesting game. I'm really glad that we're getting to stream this one because this is a fun one. Okay, so Harry with a tough decision here. 2 Argentina makes sense. A coup of Egypt makes sense. Now, if we see a coup, Ryan presumably would take not presumably. He will definitely take Argentina, and then Harry will get Nigeria. Ryan can still get his mill ops out of with Cameroon. So mill ops not a concern. But if Harry does not coup, he can't get Millops unless Ryan gives them to him, or he has IP War, which would be a redraw. Harry's spending a lot of time here. Harry already 21 minutes into his clock. Now 6 of those were from the opening setup when his computer died. But Harry thinking this over very carefully. If Harry takes a coup in Egypt, he needs to, with the containment boosted CIA, really needs to roll a 5, because if he clears him out of Egypt, Ryan can still beat him to Libya via the back end. Okay, he's just going to take Argentina. And now Ryan's going to coup that and flip it. Okay. So, yeah, that makes sense. And now Harry doesn't. So if Harry had couped, Ryan would get Argentina now. Now Ryan gets it anyway with a big number. And Harry spaces because he knows about CNS, of course. He would know even without CIA. But yeah, got to get one into India and South Korea. That makes sense. CNS can now wait. Oh, and there goes Korean War. Oh, and it hits. So now this should be 2 back in South Korea, or rather 3, and Ryan's going to have to use China. Yep, he'll have to use China to get South Korea. And then, 1 India makes sense. So a nice roll there from Ryan. 2 nice rolls. Gets a nice roll in Argentina. Needed a 4 to flip it, and he got a 5. And then he gets a poor roll on Argentina. Could have given Harry control of South America in the early war, which is unheard of for the U.S. Instead, Ryan gets a big roll there. He gets a big roll in South Korea, so he can hold on to it. Now Asia is going to be a huge number when and if it comes up. Okay, 3 ops. Yeah, and Harry needs to put some. That's fair. You could have a North or South Korea jam makes sense there because Ryan wouldn't be able to do anything about it. He's got a space duck. He's got to event CNS. He's got to event Fidel. Only 2 ops left, but it's also unlikely to decide domination. Ryan's got a stranglehold on Asia. So this has to be CNS. I think then you space duck, event Fidel, hold defectors in all likelihood. You may need to fill Chile. I don't think you want to hold a known duck to the mid-war. I think you hold defectors if you can. You could also hold Fidel and use defectors to fill Chile. Pakistan also currently naked for an IP war redraw. Harry's under containment, so he can bully Ryan a little bit, and there's not much Ryan can do about it. He's under containment and CIA. Definitely can't let Fidel go for ops here on turn 3, obviously. And duck has to be spaced. But Ryan could use defectors for ops. Okay, I wonder if this goes Jordan. Okay, Jordan threatens Lebanon. I'm not sure how important Lebanon is really at the moment. But okay, Ryan uses his only remaining playable ops on that. He gets into Libya in case of an early Sadat, and there goes Warsaw. So Ryan, yeah, definitely not gonna go for a greedy Warsaw. Independent Reds is gone. Truman is around. Definitely not gonna go for a greedy Warsaw with Marshall having been evented. Now here's another 4-op play. I wonder, yeah. So Harry could fill up Saudi. So, no, going to jam Pakistan. Yeah, thought we might see that, and Ryan really can't respond to this. I think you space. Yeah, okay, gets rid of Duck. And now Harry's going to have to take both of these countries if he wants to stop Dom, in all likelihood. Though this is a nice containment turn for Harry, despite the bad role in Argentina, the good role in Argentina. Okay, and then here's a 3-op. So we're gonna take. Interesting. Okay, and the roll hits. So that's 2 VPs for Ryan, and then 2 more on Milops. He pokes Algeria instead of going into India, which I don't really understand. I would much rather see him go into India. All right, here we go. Turn 4. Allende in Ryan's hand, which I'm sure he's happy about. ABM, which he's even happier about. Defectors is gone. So ABM is a fine headline here. Missile Envy, not a concern. Fidel, known in Ryan's hand. Fidel's a reasonable headline as well. And then some U.S. cards that aren't really a problem. So, yeah, good question. Who would I rather be? So, Allende. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is just a coup in Africa, isn't it? I'm just going to take a coup in Angola and don't roll a 1. I've spoken into existence. Now Ryan in very real danger of being controlled in Africa. Of course, ABM will have something to say about that. But having to use ABM, yeah, this will be 3 Algeria and Angola. Yep. And now Ryan will probably have to use ABM in Africa in order to avoid being controlled. EEU harmless now. I think this is fine. Yeah, you can't leave India open to be taken with China. Lads was the headline. There's a whole bunch of cards we know Harry doesn't have, given that Lads headline. Ryan not in a. This is not a particularly Lads-friendly board. Ryan was unlikely to coup in South America, given the state of this board. Okay, and there goes Central. So he does get it off. He does get Central off for 3, and Ryan does not get into, does not event Fidel. So good play by Harry there to jam Pakistan and force Ryan to use his ops. So Central comes early, and Harry gets out of it without Fidel being triggered. Yeah, this has to be an ABM coup, and I don't know if it's Angola or Nigeria. I think maybe you wait for the Angola events. If you go Angola, you could see South African. All right, Botswana filled, but okay, he's got 4 in there. So now Zaire and South Africa presumably are filled. Then we will probably see Botswana. Harry does need Milops. If he has Brush War, we might see it right here. Harry needs Milops and does not have a path to get them currently. IP War is out there, and could be a huge card here. Harry down in Asia, 6 countries to 3 and 4 battlegrounds to 1. But taking Malaysia and Philippines, Malaysia, Philippines, Afghanistan would stop Dom. Okay, here we go. NORAD going to fill South Africa and go one Zaire. Yep, that makes sense. I think we got to take Botswana here, no doubt. And yeah, there. I think that makes sense. You take a battleground. It's an open contested battleground. Let's take it. Okay, Harry now gets his mill ops. I think you just refill that with Truman, don't you? Just refill it, yep. Fidel is known in Ryan's hand. Blockade and shuttle are not. Shuttle could potentially be an issue in Asia. Particularly with Harry having China. Ooh, Salt event. So he was getting mill ops no matter what. And there's ABM. Okay. That's interesting. Italy was. So that. I wonder if that could have potentially been an AR7 play and then an Italy realign. But he decides to do it earlier. I wonder if he thought about. Okay, wow. Another one in Africa for Ryan. Huge roll there. Huge miss. And we'll see the coup back. Needs a huge roll and another one. Okay. All right. And now we have AR7. And Harry can hold a card. So maybe Ryan thinking about a blockade event to see if we can make him just. Oh, but he realigns and he gets him out in one. Okay. And Sadat AR7. Okay. I'm a little surprised. You could have taken Portugal and maybe realigned Italy at +2, but you'd have to get him out of France as well, or he'd just retake it. Well, DEFCON would be 5. Okay, but here we are, turn 5. So this seems like a nice, easy missile envy headline with We Will Bury You in Hand. It's safe. Marshall and U.S., Japan, and NATO all gone. So not going to hit a US 4, which obviously is the dream. But ABM known in Harry's hand. There's a brush of Italy and he flips it. Who needs to realign when you can just brush and flip? Muslims is mildly annoying for Harry, but not a disaster. So, okay, so that's a huge roll on Italy. He just gets a 3, gets the bare minimum. And now Ryan is in another situation where he needs to not roll a 1. Hey, what do you know? Okay, so Ryan has fixed up Africa. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Thank you, Alex. Our man became free with that Muslim pull. This should fill Iran. Yep, there it is. Got to retake Middle East presence. And now Ryan can dominate South America. No, excuse me, South Africa. Africa. Africa is what I'm looking for. Yes, event South African unrest or just use the 2 ops in South Africa. Very, very tough decision. Both are good. So, yeah, I think this is fine. You want to fill up South Africa, take Dom, and then we might see Harry dump Middle East. Harry will certainly score Middle East here if he has it. No, we're going to trigger the war, and it's naked out there, and he misses. Okay, Harry rolls 2 3s on his war, so he hits on brush, which is certainly the more important one. But he misses on the IP war. Ryan gives up Panama, not really a concern at the moment. Nuclear subs could be an issue. Nigeria's got to be overprotected. Yep. Okay, and that stops Dom in Asia. I think you've got to now take Afghanistan. No, Afghanistan. This has to be Afghanistan, right? No. Got to be Afghanistan because Harry has access to Afghanistan. He does not have access to Burma. I don't like that. I would rather take an Afghanistan. Now Harry takes Afghanistan to stop Dom, and we don't have an answer. This will certainly put one in Afghanistan. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, I suppose I was wrong. Because Harry had puppets, so he could have just put one in Burma anyway. Didn't really matter. Afghanistan will be one in Asia scoring. Burma will be one in Southeast Asia scoring. So probably a wash. I got to think that Harry would have just taken Afghanistan there outright instead of triggering puppets if he had Asia in his hand. This is a really interesting game. I've said that multiple times now. Ryan up a VP with dominations in Asia, Middle East, and Africa. Okay, here's ABM. This could change things in... Oh, and just not enough. But now what's Ryan going to do? He's going to have to trigger the Pope. Yeah, that's ugly. Warsaw is gone. Truman is gone too. But yeah, Ryan had no choice there. I don't think you can give an early nuke subs. And Usuri's definitely unplayable. Okay, and I think... Yeah, Ryan doesn't want to give up nuke subs now even. Got a space. He gets the 2 VPs. And there's OAS, which will go 1 Argentina. And yep, that'll take Dom as well. And here we go, turn 6. Europe in Ryan's hand. He's also got Quag. Willie does not stop Dom. And I believe Harry used Purge for ops on turn 3. So not worried about... Okay, Junta is big. Okay, this game turning in Harry's favor a little bit, and he hits the roll. Now, Harry with a nice domination in South America. No. You gotta take Poland back. Put 2 France, 1 Poland. 2 France, 1 Poland. Oh, I don't understand that. I think you because now you don't have the option to score. Okay, so Ryan takes France. I would rather have Poland back than France, but okay. Oh, and Harry's just going to score south. All right, so Ryan's play. So now Ryan gets Poland back. My ancestors are not from Poland. I don't think so anyway. Yeah. I don't think it really mattered taking back Poland and putting 2 in France. But in the end, if Harry was just going to score. Okay, and now Ryan looking at scoring himself without taking the extra VP from this. Nigeria is also open for business realign-wise. We've seen all 3 power cards. This should be a stop Nigeria realigns. Yep, and that won't stop Dom though. Yeah, I think I have some ancestors that were Russian Jews. I believe is where Abramson comes from. Okay, Ryan giving Che. So he's going to give up a coup in Zimbabwe and Uruguay and presumably take one back in Saharan, would be my guess. Yep, that's going to be the play. I think Ryan's going to give that up. And then, yeah, Ryan, and you could, and there's Middle East. So Ryan, very happy to see that. Okay. So, just as I said, things were turning Harry's way. That quag was big for him. Ryan spaces and hits, so he gets headline peak heading into turn 7. Sorry, yes. Harry giving Che. Yeah, okay. Now, and that stops Asia Dom. Oh, and he gives, he spaces Kennedy and hits that as well. So we'll see if Harry also has Asia in his hand. Harry clearly does not have Asia in his hand. So Harry could take Taiwan to stop Asia Dom. He could use China and jam a Korea, because right now 7-6, so even just a poke anywhere, which would be India, South Korea, or North Korea, would stop Asia Dom with the scoring known to be coming next turn. Africa also known to be coming, but Ryan up 6-3 in country count. Not really in a position. Yeah, it's a good question on jamming which Korea. I would probably jam South, I think, for Cal purposes with the war gone. CRGs also is around, but now the problem is CRG can only actually affect control of Burma. So CRG into Burma, Thailand, I guess Burma, Ethiopia, South African states, and Sudan. Or no, Botswana. So Burma stops Asia Dom, Sudan, Ethiopia, and then Botswana stops Africa Dom. So CRG would be the perfect play here from Harry. I think South Africa also only has 3, so that's a candidate for CRG as well. Romanian is not the play that Harry probably wanted to make. Yeah, and even a big roll there wasn't going to stop Dom. Okay, so Ryan gets wow. Okay, Ryan gets Asia for himself. He also gets Purge and Brezhnev. Harry's stuck with Africa. I suspect I don't believe we've seen Bear Trap, so this seems like a Bear Trap headline potentially to steal a coup, but you're going to need a monster roll to flip over Angola. Yeah, if Angola's flipped, Ryan can just realign, but he can't realign and fill in the same AR. So Harry would then presumably be able to get Africa off for even. So I think Harry probably headlines Bear Trap. Ryan probably purges. Harry probably hopes to just to flip it to get a couple in there, and then Ryan can realign. But if he does, Harry still gets a scoring off for even. Ryan's going to get a big number in Asia, though. He will get, I believe, that's 6 with Afghanistan taken. Unless we see something like a U.S.-Japan headline. Oh, VOA. I forgot about VOA. So that's very dumb. Obviously, VOA, critically important here. Now, Ryan can't headline Asia. And was thinking about a purge, but instead headlines Brezhnev, which probably is better given that he can't space twos. So being able to space CRG's nuke subs is nice. Okay, what's VOA going to do? VOA presumably takes out of South Africa to stop Dom. And then stops Asia Dom as well. And then Ryan probably uses his 4-op to just repair whatever Harry does here, would be my guess. Is holding nuke subs to avoid DEFCON viable here? Maybe. I think I would rather 5-year planet and get it out of my hand. Because otherwise you're going to have to space 5-year plan. Okay. Yeah. And I think Cameroon, not that important at the moment. And you just need South Africa. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is fine. Oh, Harry also with Southeast Asia in his hand. So okay, so Harry's now going to get a big coup, and he needs to roll huge here on Angola. He's got to get at least 2 in there because if he doesn't, Ryan's going to flip it and not have to realign. Yeah, and he's going to use China for the. Oh, not enough. Comes up 1 short, and now Ryan will flip and certainly score Dom. Yeah, that's a big moment here. So now Africa should score for Ryan for 4. Asia will score for 6. Yeah, I think you're gonna just use Purge to fill Taiwan. Yep. I'm sure Ryan would rather space Camp David, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Yeah, Poland seems like a fine idea. Or overprotect France. Either way. I also like overprotecting France. Well, that's interesting. I think I just prefer Taiwan. No point in overprotecting an Asian battleground. There's 3 of them that are jammable. I think this is fine. And then, yeah, Saudi's fine. France is fine. Poland's fine. Cameroon even fine. Yeah, that's fine. Things were tilting Harry's way with the brush in Europe, the brush flipping Italy, and then flipping Argentina, and now Ryan's scorings are coming. He gets Southeast, he gets Asia. This Africa will be another 4, presumably. Ryan also with double space here, so presumably wants to get rid of CRG. Ideally would love to space CRG and Camp David, hit both rolls, and just straight up win the game right here. Formosan. Yeah, that doesn't stop Dom, so you just space. Ryan does need Millops. Harry doesn't have access to a 1 stab as his issue. So he couldn't go into 2 1-stabs to stop Dom and force Ryan to respond. Ryan, on the other hand, has access to Sudan, has access to South African states. Yeah, successful double space here would have been 4 VPs for Ryan. And so as long as he scores Africa Dom, he wins. Okay, this is going to be Tunisia. Yeah, force Ryan to respond here. Yeah, I'm not. And Ryan has 4 guilt-free ops to play with on AR7. So I don't think Harry can stop. I don't think there's anything Harry can do to stop Dom here. Yeah, there's Africa. Peter pointing out correctly that there is one card in the draw pile. So I'm not recalling at the moment what cards could be in Harry's hand. OPEC, I believe we haven't seen. I don't believe we've seen Gunman either. I don't think we've seen Bear Trap. And there's Bear Trap. Okay, that's doing boy. I don't know if I like that play from Harry. That's doing Ryan a big favor DEFCON wise, potentially. Although I suppose with no reshuffle, Grain is in the discard, so Ryan can't draw Grain. Okay, Ryan does get a bunch of blue, but no huge problems here. Solidarity. Yeah, our hostage crisis is very nice. And that's particularly with terrorism in hand would be nice even without terrorism. Alliance here looks like 3, I think, 4. Oh no, of course there's the trap. Think you got to put? Don't you have to put Cal in the trap? Although no, I guess Harry's not going to coup here. Yeah, you're going to put Alliance in the trap. That's 4 VPs, potentially 5. So somebody was saying overprotect Poland, and with that last op that went into Saudi. If Harry takes Poland here, I think this might be a fine time to play Cal for ops. Take Brazil and Uruguay. No, we're going to take a 2-op coup and hit the roll. Evil Empire is no big deal. Oh, just they're going to take the double terror right away. Wow. Okay. So Harry is probably holding Gunman. So Harry could have gotten rid of Gunman there, decided not to do so. So the odds are very good that Harry is holding on to Gunman here, and that this game is probably over. But yes, it is possible that Gunman was the last card, the card that did not show up on turn 7, and that Harry then also didn't draw at turn 8. That is possible. So it's not over yet. I would not be giving VPs here. I would be trying to win. I mean, I guess you can do this. I mean, I might be thinking of spacing. Space twice is GG. Cal, the space, you'd need 2 spaces to win. And there's OPEC going to space. He hits, so I think this will just be a space shot. Okay, Ryan misses again. Ryan getting his mill ops. Oh, and Harry has Aldrich to go with Gunman. Okay, so we play on. Harry has to miss 2 ARs, which is brutal. Harry thinking about Europe. With a 15 VP lead and 3 dominations, I don't know. Yeah, okay, so you're going to take Uruguay. That makes sense. And then you can realign. Miss. Yeah, wow, misses on those. Okay, so Ryan's still up 15. I might have taken that extra space shot. I might have also protected Europe. Okay, and there's Reformer and War Games, so that should be good enough. Harry has gotten Chernobyl, which would probably going to be enough might be enough for Europe control, but War Games should be GG, barring a Missile Envy redraw. Reformer would make Chernobyl considerably more difficult regardless. And Ryan can safely space Teardown if it comes to that, which it should not. And Harry knows about War Games. No. Do not play Teardown. Ooh, Purge. Yeah. Don't play Teardown because realigns in France could flip France. Then we'd be out of West Germany. Then you have to coup, and you could see a big Europe scoring. So Ryan just triggers Reformer. Now he'll coup. I think he just coup. Okay, and now Harry knows about War Games, so we'll see if he has a response, which would be Missile Envy, 5-year plan. Raising DEFCON could buy him a little bit of time, but not much. Harry's got, at this point, Ryan with 4 dominations on the board. Yep. So that's that. Okay. Harry thinking of just dragging this out to DEFCON 5. Yeah, Ryan thinking about just giving Teardown. Because he can't space it. Yeah, I don't mind giving Teardown here. Ryan just going to take a one-op coup of Pakistan instead. Harry needs, I believe, 5-year plan. Terrorism's gone. 5-year plan, grain, or Missile Envy. Oh, that's a nasty, nasty redraw. A Central could have been Central and Alliance together could have been enough to get out of War Games, but that play might have just been. That play might have just been to squeak another VP out of Alliance. Yeah, I think Ryan's going to try another coup. And miss. There, you're going to space, looking for another VP and miss. Okay, now Ryan could give teardown. He's not going to. I'm just going to coup. Now, once again, here we are. It's AR5. Now, Harry could have gotten another VP out of taking Cuba. He could have gotten another VP out of hitting space, but that still would only be 8, and CMC is not going to do it. All right. So Ryan wins a fun game 1. That was a fun one to watch, interesting one to stream. I'm glad you folks watched and enjoyed it. Some good Atlantic League Twilight Struggle here for you. So we'll be back with game 2 as soon as it's played. And tomorrow, I think that's going to be it for Twilight Struggle here today. But tomorrow I will be playing in the DC Grand Slam. I hope you will join and play in that tournament as well. I'm the ambassador for it, so if you join up, I look good. So please join that tournament and play, and it'll be fun. So that is going to do it for today's game. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Until next time, this is Justin Abramson reminding you, nothing is permanent in this wicked world, not even our troubles. So long, everybody.